What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? This is Final Flash 50, and we're going to move over one console to play the next game in the Kirby series, Kirby's Adventure on the NES. So yeah, there's a lot that this game does that the first one didn't do. For one, you can finally copy other enemies' abilities, the ability that Kirby is literally famous for doing. You know, for some reason you can't do it in the first game. Maybe they didn't have the idea yet, but that gets introduced to this game. There's also a few new attacks. I don't know if you saw, Kirby just demonstrated his little sidekick attack. I'll be doing that plenty through the playthrough, so you'll see it again. But yeah, it's just kind of explaining to you how you can play the game right now. If you push the B button, you can inhale an enemy, and then you can spin them out at somebody else. And here is where it shows you how to copy an ability. You know what, guys? I feel like I'm letting the game do my job for me. Let's get this shit started. So there's my practice playthrough file. You know, it's a Kirby game, it's really easy. It didn't necessarily need any practice, but I haven't played this game in years. I just thought I would do so. Level 1, Vegetable Valley. I'll let Kirby finish his sword fight here. Oh, there you go. Okay, so this is the hub world. This game introduces hub worlds now. You're not just playing through one straightaway game. We got multiple doors per each world to go into now. So here's the first one, and right off the bat, I'll show you how to copy an ability. I explained this in Kirby's Dreamland, but if you inhale an enemy and then press down, he'll actually consume the enemy completely, and if it's an enemy that has a power, like this guy too, you will steal it from him. So that's two powers I've showed you now, and ironically, I've actually showed you both the shock powers that Kirby has. This one being Spark, the other one is Beam. So let's move on. This game is quite a bit longer than Kirby's Dreamland 1. In fact, this game is actually longer than Kirby's Dreamland 2, even though it came out before. You know, it outdates Kirby's Dreamland 2. Kirby's Dreamland 2 is for a handheld console. This is actually for the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's a home console in case you're too young to know anything about that stuff. That's why this game has a lot more color capability. That's why this game, you know, holds more content. The levels are longer, the worlds are bigger. And it's a pretty awesome game. It's a good continuation of the series. This game was actually so memorable, it was remade later into Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. You know, it's so much better, might as well consider it a new game. That's why they gave it a new title. But it is this game being remade. So really quick here, at the end of each door, you're dropped onto a cloud where you have to push A at the right time, and it'll send you high enough. If you press it at the right time, you go all the way to the top to number 1, and what happens all the way at the top? Kirby, well, another Kirby, gives you an extra life. Alright, so as you can see, we've chipped the way through to the second door here, but as you can see, there's another door in between first and second door. What is that? It's a little mini game here. This one's called Crane Fever. I think in this version of the game, the mini games are accessible in the menu system, but yeah, you can unlock them within the game. So at this part, you want to hold the A button, don't press it, hold it and let go on top of the Kirby. I messed up the recording when I did it the first time. I kept pressing it and wondering what I was doing wrong, and it made me so mad that I failed the very first minigame I played. I just re-recorded it altogether. So it tells you to go for the bigger Kirbys because they're worth more. So I just decided I'd go after both of them. Always jump big for a job well done. Alright, so what else was I gonna say in the first part to introduce the game? Yeah, for the big Kirbys, I think, yeah, you get 2 1-ups each, 2 extra lives. So that's 4 extra lives from that minigame. That's pretty good. Not bad. Shot us up to 8 already. Only beat the first level so far. Okay, so this is the second door, and you might be able to hear, you might not, I'm not sure. But the music has changed up now. That's another really cool thing about this game not being a straightaway playthrough like Kirby's Dreamland 1. For each world in that game, the music stays the same throughout the whole world. In this game, we're still in the first world, but we got multiple soundtracks now. And then, of course, there's still Kirby's star. Of course, the star had to make a return. That's Kirby's favorite thing in the world. So this is going to be a relaxed playthrough for the most part, mainly because I have 2 tries at it. Since I'm playing this game, you know, since I'm playing both Nightmare and Dreamland in this game, it's going to seem like I'm playing the same game twice. But that's not too bad of a thing because in this playthrough, well, first of all, the scenery is so improved in the next one that it almost still feels like a different game sometimes. This guy returns, by the way. If you remember, he was in Kirby's Dreamland 1, but now he actually gives you an ability. the crash power. So you see these guys? I feel sorry for them. They have been obliterated. Yeah, that's crash power. It's basically a whole screen attack, and it's a one-time use. So you use it once, kill every enemy on the screen. It's like the mic power from Kirby's Dreamland 1. But there's a reason I'm not saying that. Back to what I was saying though about this playthrough versus the Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland 1. There's a bunch of certain things I wanted to show in this playthrough, at least a certain way, you know, just specific ways I have of doing everything that I didn't really manage to do in this playthrough, and those are things I'll be able to fix and do the right way in Kirby's Dreamland, or Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. So basically that will be the playthrough where I do everything right and the game looks better, and I'll be better at commentating by then probably. Maybe I'll even be able to upload 1080p by then. So for now, I'll just be playing this game nice and smoothly, nice and relaxed, you know, telling you everything that's absolutely necessary, and, you know, all should go well. So this is the sword power, and it is an absolute blast to use. So let's go kick some ass. Yeah, you can see I don't think I make it up. Yeah, I made it up to 2 this time. So all you really get if you don't make it up to the top is score. So I just got 5k. And on to the third door of the game. So obviously you can see, like in the first game, there's really no challenge to be had in this first world here. It's just showing you the ropes of the game. One thing though, just like in Kirby's Dreamland 1, you can kill these guys. All you gotta do this time is rip the ground out from beneath their feet and they're toast. So satisfying. I hate those guys so much. You know, the Gordos, the guys with spikes all over them, you can't kill them either, but they're not so bad. They're not annoying. They don't fire projectiles. They just kind of mind their own business and take up one specified path. But this power is burning power. Well, it's called fireball in this game, but it's known as burning to me. And it is my favorite power in the entire Kirby series. I love this power. It is so satisfying. You're a fireball. You just send yourself forward at like a self-controlled meteor. You know, you pound into the walls, the whole screen shakes. This is the power to have. It's the full package. I originally thought that this power was going to be introduced for the first time in Kirby's Dreamland 2, because it's actually the first power you're given to in that game. But I forgot I was playing the games in exact chronological order, so Kirby's Dreamland 2 doesn't quite come after Dreamland 1. This game takes place in between them. And even though this game brings a little bit more new to the table than Kirby's Dreamland 2, I actually find Kirby's Dreamland 2 to be the far superior game of the two. By no means do I have anything against this game, it's just that I can tell they were way better at making games by the time that one came out. I don't know, throughout this playthrough there will be a few points where I can tell you exactly what's wrong with this game. There's just a few flaws, nothing serious, but I'll get into that later. That's the end of part 1. See you next time.